July 18th, 2018. It's been 29 years and 3 weeks and 1 day since I masturbated and had an affair. We're looking at slogans about way to live. What I do in the third step in recovery is I surrender my life and will over the care of a power greater than myself. But then what I need to do is I need to do God's will. And so that's what the slogans are. If you ever want to know if you believe there's a God, even if you don't, even if you think this is just good philosophy, just healthy, G-O-D, good orderly direction, this is the best orderly direction you'll have, and it'll increase the probability that you'll be successful, one day at a time. So we've been looking at a lot of various slogans. We've been looking at keep it simple, and one we're going to look at right now is my favorite one, or it's my favorite in terms of exemplifying what God wants. God wants us to be happy, joyous, and free. Happy, joyous, and free. And if we're not happy, joyous, and free, we're doing something wrong. Okay. Now I find freedom comes from not masturbating and not feeling that terrible, pitiful, and incomprehensible demoralization and depression and anxiety that comes with that negativity and that darkness and that control and kind of fight the world and self-will run right. All that crazy, lonely despairingness that comes with failing at addictive disorder. So I get to be free of that. I get to be happy because as I was making heavy going of life, as the big book says, and now I can just kind of lighten up and just kind of, I hate this expression, go with the flow. I just hate that, but that's what it really is. You just kind of go with the stream. But the joyous one is the one that really is important to me. And here's what I found. I wanted to be joyous through being a famous rock star when I was a young man. I wanted to be joyous through having wild sex with crazily beautiful women. I wanted to be joyous by having lots of money. I made $350,000 one year in my teaching business. I had lots of different things that I thought would make me joyous, but those are not the things that did it. They may have done it temporarily, but it didn't last. And when it stopped, it was much worse than before I had it. Joyousness comes, as Gandhi says, from serving other people unselfishly. That's the solution to being joyous and happy. And if God wants us to be happy, joyous, and free, that's the reason I'm doing this video right this second, is because there are people in 87 different countries, over 300 people. Actually, now we got two sites, it's almost 600 people in 87 different countries who will find this useful, who can't stop masturbating, who can't stop using porn, who can't stop using, anonymous sex or prostitution. And so this is an act of service. I'm not doing this for money. I teach guitar for money. That's what I do for a living. And I charge a lot, by the way, so that I can afford to do this for free. It's an act of joy. So God wants us to be happy, joyous, and free. And if I practice that slogan, if I remember that, I say, okay, well, am I not? Why not? What am I doing wrong that's keeping me from God's will, which is to be happy, joyous, and free? And then I can do an inventory and find out and get back on the track.